Hello YouTube. This has been a very, very long time. Well, okay, let's just start off. I got back into video games, kinda. I'm trying to wean myself off because money-wise and everything else. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of pickups and things in the past month, really. I mean, it's been, and there's everything in here from retro, so there's like a little bit of everything for everyone. So just take your time in this video, and I'll show you. First off, 25 to Life. I got this at a bookstore for about $4. Came complete, and the case was kind of messed up, but I always want to play it, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really was disappointed. I thought this would be a lot better game than it was. The gameplay on it's not that great. You're like a thug that got out of jail, and then you go back and you try to, I guess, redeem yourself. It's got good cutscenes and everything, but really disappointed with this. I'm actually going to sell it, because it was just, I played it like a little while, and it really just wasn't what I was looking for in it, and I feel, it sucks because I really wanted to like it, but not a game I'd recommend, sadly. Next up, we got this game I've wanted for ever now. Like, I've always wanted this game, and I finally found it for the Xbox. It was 50 Cent Bulletproof. Now, this game is super campy, and like you're the G Unit, and like all those guys, are Young Buck, and God, why can't I think of anybody else? Why can't I think of Young Buck? Anyway, it's just G Unit music is all in there, which is really cool. It's kind of like a free world in a sense, because some parts of it you're like in the city, his little area, and you can walk around and do things like that. Most of it's just missions, and you're basically like these badass rappers that just like go and shoot up everything and are like military armed and all that. And he's always got his bulletproof vest on because I got shot back in the day like 9 times. But actually, if you're a 50 Cent game, you're gonna appreciate this a lot more than you would a regular. Like, just a gamer, wouldn't recommend it, but a 50 Cent enthusiast, as well as like just a rap enthusiast of any sort, it's really fun to play, and it's really campy in a sense, but the gameplay's fun. Controls are not the best in a sense, and it's actually kind of hard at some parts. But gameplay-wise, not great. But I got a nostalgia of this game. I love it. It's super fun, and yeah, I mean, it's just. Some of the cutscenes are actually really good too. Like, it's just funny to watch, and like some of the shit that happens is crazy, but really fantastic game. So for myself, I really enjoyed it. So there's that. We have this is gonna spoil it, so let's not do that yet. I got a big coming at the end. I got The Godfather for PS2 for $2. I love the movies. The series was incredible by Mario Puzo, and the books were really good too. And I've never played it. I just kind of want to check it out, and for $2, I figured, what the hell, why not? So I'm gonna check this one out. Don't really have much to say about it right now, but yeah. Okay, another pickup that was pretty nice. I got this for about $20 on eBay. It was the Doom Complete in Box for the original PlayStation. These games are, well, this game was amazing back in the day when it first came out, and I mean, the graphics were incredible, the gameplay was incredible, the monsters were cool, and if you don't know the story, which you probably do, you're in hell and you just shoot a bunch of aliens and all that. But this game, there's something about the PlayStation version, or something in there that not many of the other Dooms had. I forgot what that was. I think it was a weapon of some sort. But the game is super fun. I mean, really fucking hard at some parts. It's like you're shooting everything, but it's just a shoot 'em up, and a first-person shooter that is. It's first-person shooter, not shoot 'em up, but it's a fucking great game. I love this game. It's a classic. Most people know about it, but I'm glad I got it for $20. I'm amazed because most copies go for about $50, and the case is in incredible condition. So yeah, and the cover's really too cool too. It's got this guy shooting, which is a lot better than some of the other covers they had for it. So great game, must have in my opinion. Another one I got is just because I wanted to kind of collect the mature games. It's Off-World Interceptor. Now the FMVs in this are really fucking dumb, and it didn't come complete, sadly. But it's kind of what you like, race around this landscape and you shoot a bunch of people, like with your vehicle you shoot different things that race people, and it's just kind of like a futuristic game show. Real campy, real cheesy, but it's, I don't know, I mean, if you could get into it. It's not the best game in the world, but I do like the cover. It's got like the Toon, or one of those guys, and just, it's a really interesting game, and the cutscenes are kind of worth it to watch. So yeah. Another one, a day after I made that, or day up I made that video, I actually found these two. And this is Top Gun Fire at Will for the PlayStation, and it came complete. I think I got it for about $9 maybe. The game is horrible. I hate fight games, but the fact it was complete, and also it's one of the first titles that came out on the PlayStation, one of the very first ones. The cutscenes are horrible. They try copying the movie, which But I mean, it's a decent game in a sense. Some of it, like you ended up playing, but the cutscenes again are just super fucking funny. There's like a newscaster one, and it's just these people are horrible actors, but it's pretty cool. And the final PlayStation pickup was Warhawk. Now this was also there. The case was kind of beat up. I got it for about $8, but it did come complete, which is cool. Or actually, the guy charged me wrong. I remember it was on the price. It says here it was supposed to be $20, but he charged me $8. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, but it was Warhawk's a classic game. Like the cutscenes are, again, campy 90s, but if you're not familiar with Warhawk, they remade it on the PS3, which I really enjoyed. So to play the PlayStation 1 and just kind of be flying around was really cool, and for the time it was really good. Now both systems go off the code system, so you do have to kind of write down the codes or remember them at least of some sort. But really fun game, gameplay was great, and I hate flight games, but this Warhawk was one of the way better ones, and really memorable. So now the big reveal, because I can't really reveal any of the games unless I show you this. So I really got obsessed with the Sega Saturn, and I found one for $20 complete on eBay, and I bought the 32 memory gigabyte thing again, like somewhere else, but I'm not going to take that out because they said not to. This is a fantastic system, works perfect, because I bought one and it came in and it was broken to shit, so it was really disappointing. I was kind of just ready to give up on the Saturn, but I already bought like 1 or 2 games for it. I'm like, you know what, let me see if I can kind of find one, and I did, luckily, and this one came in perfect condition. I never had a Saturn before. It was one of the consoles I never picked up because it was really hard to find, and I never, I told you, a lot of my systems before, so to get one of these was kind of fun, and I've been playing it for a while now, but there is a couple things that you need to know about a Saturn if you're going to get one, which I found out later. This is kind of for anyone that wants to buy one, or, sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera. Anyone that's looking to buy a Saturn or just anything in between. So a couple things I want to mention is, one, these are really hard to find, but if you can find a memory pack, it's good, because it does have an internal memory. However, after a while, they will give up and whatnot and go out of space. Another thing too is make sure that a controller comes with it. Controllers are hard to find with this, especially even at stores or whatever the case may be. So make sure it's complete, an obvious one. But another one that I didn't realize till last night because I couldn't figure out why my fucking thing wouldn't save. Yeah, I apologize. This back flop right here, if you pinch that, comes out. There's a battery that was there, and I took it out because I need to replace it. It's a CR2032. And what you do is you just pop it out with your fingernail, take the battery out, you put the new one in, and you place it, you just kind of press it down, and it should be fine. That way you can save your games, because the memory was a battery-based system, and so every time I would start this thing, it would go back to the date and time, which would wreck all your memory and just kill it. And I had like bugs saved on there and various other things, so it was kind of aggravating. But now that I figured that out, it's good, works nice. I just got to get an actual battery to put in there, so I'm going to do that today. But that's a couple of the buying tips for that. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to have this, and it's been, despite it being not a successful system back in its day, it did come with a controller too, which is really cool. So despite it not being a successful system back in its time, it's still, for me, it's got a lot of great games and a lot of ones that weren't made for any form of like PlayStation Network or anything. So again, makes the games even harder to find. So to get that was fantastic. Super glad that I got that, and only paid $20. That was a pretty fucking miracle, because a lot of them are like $70 to $80. So $20, and like I happened to be the first guy that was buy it now. Probably didn't know what he had, or whatever the case may be, and yeah, and in fact it worked too. So I'm gonna start off with the games. The disc onlys I got are Crusader, No Remorse. This game I paid $15 for it, and I really had high hopes for it. And I really wanted the complete case because it's a really cool case. So if you can see that a little bit, kind of shit. I'm sorry, my camera, but that's kind of the case, like the complete box case and everything else with the manual. And this game really just disappointed me. The gameplay's not that great. It's a top-down shooter. It's hard to move your guy. It's even hard to shoot. I had high hopes and they didn't happen, and I'm sad for that. And I'm gonna try and sell it, and that's pretty bad. I'm gonna sell a Saturn game, but it's something I played once for about 10 minutes. I was just done with, and it's bad because the game really had potential. So I was kind of sad about that one. but maybe I'll get some money back. Another one, this is one I really want to complete in box with. Some of the rare titles, you can barely find them anywhere. Can't even find a complete box one on the internet. Is Congo, The Lost City of Zinj. Now, if you're not familiar, the movie came out in, I believe, 1995, and it's about this lost city of apes where these researchers find it, but the apes are like trying to protect their sacred land, and they kill them, and it's really, really good sci-fi movie. And the game, really not a great game, and I'm surprised it's so rare. However, yeah, the case is totally crap, but I'm really surprised I was able to get this for about $10 maybe, and it's a first-person shooter. The FMV on it is fucking hilarious. With this one, there's this African-American guy that's like a tour guide. I mean, like he's trying to run from the apes and everything else, and it's a funny FMV, but it's a funny one to watch. And yeah, no light scratch on it, nothing too bad. Sorry, I'm rambling. But kind of starts off as he sees that there's apes, and then somehow he escapes because they cut it out, and he's back, and he's like, I'm here. And I've only gotten a little bit into it because, again, I can't save, but it kind of follows after the movie, it seems like. So, super glad to have that one. Now, let's go with, I picked these three up at my local play and trade because I just happened to stop in because I thought I'd be getting my Saturn system back then. But I picked up NBA Jam, which is a fun arcade game. You can, really old school, because you can play as the Bullets still, and they got like people like Harding on there and things like that. Came complete. And it was one of the ones, it's tournament edition, so it's not the original, but that's okay. And just kind of a fun 2-on-2 arcade game. Not a huge sports guy, but this is a fun game to play around with. And I mean, if it was there for I think $7. That's not too bad anything. And I didn't want to pass it up, so I grabbed it, and I picked up most of them. There was only like 1 or 2 games I didn't grab for Saturn, but there was this one. I played it, really fun, again, arcadey. Another one is a first-person shooter. It's Robotica. This is actually kind of funny they had this. This is one of the ones I was going to purchase online. I thought it looked really cool with the cover. Just kind of intrigued me there. And it came complete in box, too. No foam or insert, but I don't really care about that. It's a first-person shooter, and you shoot a bunch of robots. Now, the game itself is not that great, I kind of found out. Again, I think I paid $5 for it, maybe. But, you're trying to think what you are. Enslaved by a brutal robot enforcer. Whatever. You're something. You shoot these robots. You go around. It's basically whatever Doom came out and did, and then everyone else copied it. But it's okay. It's a decent shooter game. It's got pretty good graphics, to be honest, for the time. And I mean, shoot some robots. It's fun. It's not the best in the world, but if you find it for cheap, I pick it up. This one, surprised I actually found this for as cheap as I did. I think it was like $18. Scud the Disposable Assassin. Now, came complete too, and it came with the Three Dirty Dwarfs ad, which I really want to get. That game's about $150 I saw, so fuck that. But this is like the animation in this is actually really, really good. Like the video ahead of time, like for the graphics back then, really fantastic. The storyline is this guy hires a disposable assassin, Scud, to kill this thing. And you're supposed to kill it, and that's the story. But it's kind of humorous. It's kind of funny. It's like a cartoony thing, and I mean, almost dropped it. Game is incredibly hard, though. I thought it would I barely made it through the first level, and they don't give you any life for the second part or second level. So it was like I died right away. But it's a side-scrolling platformer, and it's kind of like Comic Zone in a sense, but not with like the going down and everything else. But it is a very fun game. If you find it, I'd pick it up because I like those side-scrolling platformers, and it's a fun game to play. Another one here I got is, let's go with this one, Creature Shock Special Edition. Now this has 2 discs in it. I don't know, it's hard to take these out. 2 discs in it, and it doesn't close all the way. One thing that this game is one thing that pissed me off right away is this. They had this ad for Dark Suns Shattered Lands, and I was really like, oh, that game, it got canceled. If you can see that, I did it again. See, I don't like the way when they do these cases because it's really hard to get it's not that fun. But yeah, this game looked really fucking cool, and then it was canceled, which pissed me off right away. But it's got 2 discs in there, and what I can tell so far is you're like on a spaceship, and you gotta go find a distress call. And the first mission was like flying around. It was kind of like a 3D Galaga, kind of fun. And then the next part, I think it's kind of like Siberia, and you can walk around and shoot and do different things. So for the time, I give it a lot of credit for trying to do this, and I believe some parts are first-person shooter-ish, but I'm not positive. However, I want to get more into it. The game follows the code-based system, which is nice because if you can't pass a level, you just code-base it and go to the next one. But, I mean, for the time, this really did emphasize on trying to do different elements of the 3D rather than just a side-scroller or things like that. You can fly and really got a good story, and it's actually a really solid game, minus a couple gameplay tweaks. But game is hard, so I wouldn't recommend it to anyone that's not good at games like me. But it is fun, and I look forward to delving more into the story as it goes on. And plus, it's multi-disc, so it's long, and that's cool too. My last one, which is one I really, really wanted for the Saturn, because it came out in 32X, and I was not about to buy a 32X. No way, no how. So I ended up picking up. It was actually sealed, but it wasn't factory sealed, so I just ripped it open. Fuck it. I think I got it for $20-something. I got Corpse Killer Graveyard Edition. I got it last night. It comes with two discs, and actually came complete, which is awesome. But it has like the shitty FMVs, and it's got this like you're a soldier and you go down in a parachute, you get trapped, bit by a zombie, and right away there's this very stereotypic racist Jamaican man that meets you. And I mean, that was at the time you could do that, but now no way. And he's funny though, I give him that, and that's probably bad to say. And then right after you meet him, you drive somewhere. Like you get, how do I explain this? It's a side-scrolling, it's a rail shooter, let's put it that way, so you're not going to do anything but shoot. But through the whole time, it's all FMV, so it's like you play through a movie, you stop, you shoot a bit, and then you keep going. And like you meet this attractive reporter, like a next scene, and then like, you can kind of pick if you want to go to the island, or like various other parts of the island to, you know, where you want to shoot next and where you want to go, and it kind of depends. It's really hard, though, because you have to shoot for your ammo, you have to shoot for your, like, death breath or whatever it's called. So, I mean, and you don't get any life. You get one set of life, and you got to just kind of keep banking off that the whole time. And I had it on the easiest setting, and the zombies are coming everywhere. Now, this game is very poorly done. I mean, it's a really great game because the gameplay's fun, but, like, when you look at it now, the zombies are just in, like, flannel shirts and everything else, and it's like watching a VHS. It's really grainy quality, but I give them a lot of credit for doing as much FMV as they did. It really does feel like you're part of a movie in a sense, and it's very 90s, but it's a fun fucking movie. I really, if you can find this game, check it out. It actually won, it was one of the top 20 games of the year that year, and I did not know that, but I could see why. It really had potential. And this is the Graveyard Edition too, as well, to probably mention that. But, I mean, this game, I really look forward, once I get a save part, to kind of keep going within the story, because the story is really interesting. You know, I mean, it's kind of like the campy zombie island stories, but it looks pretty fucking realistic. I mean, it's not, for that time, the graphics are really, really, really good. So, if you can find Corpse Killer Graveyard Edition, please check it out, do yourself a favor. It's a great title to have to the Saturn, and I'm really glad that I found it for as cheap as I did. And I look forward, like I said, once I get more saving capability to delve into all these games, it's just kind of more or less like I keep playing them and I have to replay the same levels for the past couple days, because I only got the Saturn, I think, like 4 days ago, and then all the games kind of came in before, and I have like 2 games coming after. So that has been my gaming experience. I'm going to probably cut it off. I know I keep saying that, but really need to, because the Saturn is a very pricey system to buy for, but it's very fun to play and very cool. I really do like the PC, like the original mid-1990s PC games, because they had a lot of potential, I think, and they're fun to play. So thank you for watching. As always, adios.